the food hunter is doing job now, coming from the office or work, he is head
घर का राजा बेटा.
Yes.
and wants the same treatment as a boss at the home.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our very first episode of our podcast, Verbal Tea. And today we will be discussing a concept which has been widely used, abused, reused, and debated upon, and which is feminism. So,
We have Dr. Ranu Tomar with us, Assistant Professor, Amity School of Communication at Amity, Noida. And
so
so as we all know that the rise of feminism started from a political movement which is voting, right? So but to be very honest, the idea of feminism is not clear to everybody. And so before we dive deeply into this topic, let's understand the core idea behind feminism.
Thank you, both of you, for selecting me that we can discuss on this very needed topic, which is discussed but not in the correct lines,
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
So having any opportunity to redefine it or at least to reconsider it is very important aspect. By default, the term feminism is taken, it is something which is anti-men. And this was not when it started with specific feminist of older era. The ideology has been feminism is highly inclusive perspective where it prioritizes inclusive approaches for women, but definitely without ignoring men or any other gender in the society, right? So the moment it is about feminism, largely one is mistaken to think there is no work of men at all. There is no discussion about boys. No. When we are existing in a society which is based on coexistence, how is it possible that we will only discuss women and who are subjected for oppression and suppression by whom? Maybe by males, maybe
Yes,
by
ma'am.
some other gender. So certainly feminism is prioritizing women right, but also considering any other gender which is important and entitled to be rightful in the society.
yes, ma'am.
Yes.
So ma'am, like you said कि feminism has like in modern times बहुत ही wrong way में लिया गया है, and it has given rise to a word which is known as pseudo feminism. So what exactly is pseudo feminism?
Something where we put the prefix pseudo. It means it is trying to be shallow. Understand one thing, if something is very fabricated on first layer, it means it doesn't have any base strong. I will not say that it is wrong if one is practicing pseudo feminism. At least copying some idea as it is without knowing can be one step to willingness to understand that concept. Threat is that if you are not trying to get deeper into it, if you remain on the first layer only,
Yes, ma'am.
which will remain always shallow, then it is purposeless. Pseudo feminism term, which is very fancy term, it can also be sometimes dismissing all the practices which are trying to invoke feminist understanding. So we should not underestimate that aspect
Yes,
also. So when we want to copy any ideology, even for us that looks very pseudo,
Yes,
superficial, shallow. क्यों? I would say because I am not highly convinced for that. So even for me it looks that I am not comfortable to talk about it. Is it fake? Is it partial? Is it
Making
truthful
question,
to me?
yeah.
So pseudo feminism is one very raw step, but a baby step also in the correct direction. This is my understanding. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, ma'am, moving on to the topic of our discussion, which is the portrayal of feminism in movies these days. So, there was this movie, Thappad, that had come out, right? And so, this movie is based on a woman questioning a marriage over a slap. So, what's your take? Do you think her reaction to that one slap is valid? And like we've seen her stance being labeled as overreaction. So that shows that our society conditions us to accept these things कि एक थप्पड़ ही तो था. So अगर वो ही चीज हम एक मेल के साथ करते हैं, like that same scenario where the woman is in lots of relatives, she's getting a promotion and she's frustrated by that and she slaps the man. Do you think it's right to slap not just a woman, a man also? Do you think it's right to slap a person just out of frustration? Do you think it is valid, whatever the reaction people are giving, कि एक थप्पड़ ही तो था? Do you think that's valid or?
Okay. Very importantly, any violence is not permissible in any kind of system which is being run mutually, especially home, where two people are involved mutually to construct something for larger purpose known as institution like family, marriage. Correct? Also, if we are normalizing or reducing this thing that it was only a slap, what was the need to exit that marriage
Right.
or to put into the controversy? We need to seriously check the level of vulnerability being constructed for gender, specifically for women, who is really weak, right? It is assumed, presumed, and reinforced that you are a woman, you are a girl. What will you do if you will have no husband, if you will have no men to take care of?
Right.
So you should do compromise, right? The socialization of compromise is trained for women, but it is not done vice versa for men. That आपको पत्नी नहीं मिलेगी, or if you will have no wife, you will have no women in your life, what will happen to you? So that power notion of gender and vulnerability is constructed. We certainly cannot reduce that. What is the degree of humiliation one can feel?
Right.
One must have developed that perspective that for me, if somebody slaps me or somebody kicks me is fine. Somebody can say कि अरे why are you not raising your voice? But maybe one's dignity is not even allowed to intervene in that boundary, right? So there is one term with the culture of silence in the society, in the home, in the domestic spaces, कि what is the degree where you should rebel?
Yeah.
Who is creating that degree of violence one should allow? There are cases in bright burning in the country also. Correct? So if one is able to take that one slap in the marriage for any reason, if one is being burnt, so unless one is being burnt, that is the only extremity. What is the beginning of that? Maybe that is
That
the
is the
slap
slap.
only.
Yes, ma'am.
Right.
So one need to put a check there, right? So representation of such kind of disagreement at the very first level is also needed when we have completed 100 years of cinema. So if one film like this comes, we should not be threatened at all.
So, ma'am, जैसा अभी आपने mention करा the chain of silence. So, the recent movie जो अभी release हुई है, which is Mrs. In it, it's been praised for shedding light on critical issues like daily struggle of a woman, of unacknowledged labor, cooking, cleaning, and enduring marital pressure. And there's a part जहाँ पे women are supporting कि हाँ this is a nice movie, ऐसी और movies आनी चाहिए. But on the opposite end, there are several foundations like the Save Indian Family Foundation and Men Advocacy Group, who are accusing this film to be too feminist and portraying that this movie is portraying an unbiased मतलब a biased portrayal of men कि ऐसा हर families में नहीं होता है, and a girl just for doing इतना ज़रा सा काम she should not leave family ऐसे. So do you think कि ऐसी movies unbiased portrayal करती हैं like towards men and women, men and women, and या फिर ऐसी movies और promote करनी चाहिए? And मतलब this is a famous movie, but there are several other movies जो आई हैं and they are not being acknowledged.
Okay, fine. Good example to discuss. Again, one more understanding that why the expectation limit is always higher for particular gender, right? सहने की क्षमता, सहनशीलता, त्याग, समर्पण, why these are dedicated for particular one gender, right? Again, my question, if one movie is discussing and representing, or in some eyes it is too feminist, so please see that side, no? Because that exists in some homes in the country where women are forced, even if they are willingly choosing the domestic or kitchen work, they remain highly unappreciated, right? Even after from office they return to work. There is one line कि औरतें दिन में ऑफिस में काम करने के बाद भी काम को ही लौटती हैं, right?
Yes, right.
So this is very important aspect, that if one gender or if it is a woman who is denying all the domestic work out of her choice, when she has given and tested herself that this is my limit where I am putting my existence at compromise, and where it is crushing my dignity as a woman, where I am always thought to be surrendering to kitchen boundaries, she is basically raising her voice for her birth as a woman. She has other choices also. Very popular author Shula Smith Firestone, she has invoked very radical feminism, saying that biologically only a woman has womb in the body. If women think that it is not helping me to make progress in my existence as a woman, I would choose not to have babies. It's her choice. So if one film, we are independent, we are celebrating many years of freedom, we are marking Women's Day, but in our personal space, how many times we all are ready to raise our own voices without thinking that there will be any other voice joining for my cause? So if women is denying her capability to take no longer nonsense given and assigned by others,
Right.
she is executing her choice knowing the consequences. So representation of such film, my assertion is again, know the population of males and female in the country, know the number of cinema, how many cinema is focusing and keeping women at the protagonist level. So if one woman, if she belongs to kitchen and is telling her story from the kitchen, one should take it equally the way men belongs to the battlefield in the wars. So do we deny their story in the battlefield?
No.
कि wars में उनके
Not
साथ
at
क्या क्या रहे, तो kitchen में women is facing something, why should we deny that space exclusively and highly contextually set for women?
So, ma'am, we would like to wrap up this podcast with one last final question, which is,
Ma'am, we've seen movies coming out with a very strong female lead, and we've taken it two very good examples of movies, Thappad and Mrs. Why is it that these females are labeled as pseudo-feminism when they're just trying to promote feminism, and there's like a very these movies are very good examples कि daily life में क्या होता है of a woman. Like Mrs. में he's coming from the clinic that he comes from. He's a doctor, and maid होने के बाद भी she's working all day. बर्तन, कपड़े, झाड़ू पोछा, सब कुछ. And he goes, यार मैं थक के आया हूँ क्लिनिक से, मेरे को खाना भी नहीं मिल सकता क्या?
And ma'am, even when she confronts her mother-in-law कि इतना बर्तन क्यों धुलना है जब maid already आ रही है, so she shuts her down by saying कि घर क्यों गंदा रखना है, maid आएगी तो आएगी, तुम तो साफ करके रखो. And so the final question is कि these movies being labeled as pseudo-feminist by our society is correct, या फिर these movies can actually make a difference in our society?
Okay. First thing, I will borrow this point that where you gave this example that mother-in-law herself is scolding the daughter-in-law as if she is escaping the responsibility of being an ideal woman who takes care of the kitchen and home. Again, the term which we haven't brought so far in the discussion is the patriarchal socialization of transferring the roles and responsibility as it is, which are highly unequal. So, the fault is not of mother-in-law. Even mother-in-law has been trained by her mother and mother-in-law this way. Look yourself as an ideal who is always saying yes to the things which might crush your soul also, but not compromise the curry in the kitchen. Correct? Second, male is expecting superior treatment. The food hunter is doing job now, coming from the office or work. He is head.
घर का राजा बेटा.
Yes.
And wants the same treatment as a boss at the home. Women doesn't do. Women leaves the crown at office, goes back surrendering to the domestic space. If she raises volume, if she is too strict, she is cursed that you are too educated. That's why you are so. Right? So her education becomes the reason that you are too questioning. You always interrupt. You say no to the things. Similarly, the pseudo-feminism. If we check the legacy of feminist movement and all the waves, you would find difference of centuries. Something which started 1800 or 1700 years back. And in 2024, if we are scared of the term feminism and pseudo-feminism at a time, how much inconvenience it is causing. But the convenience which the ideology is trying to offer to celebrate your uniqueness is not being discussed. To celebrate your own gendered identity is not discussed, right? So again, the patriarchal socialization of roles which are meant for women, which are meant for a girl, which are meant for male are different. Also, if you check, a boy is born, a boy born as boy dies as a man. But when a girl is born, she will be a girl, she will be an adult, she will be a woman, then she will be a single woman, she will be divorced woman, she will be a lot at every phase of age. How many times we discuss these titles and prefix for the males?
Even in official
Even
government
if
IDs.
a woman is not able to conceive, the women is like barren women, right? So we need to understand that how society is so comfortable to give title for women and leaves male as male, right? So these both the terms pseudo-feminism and feminism have common thing, feminism. Focus on that.
So ma'am, we'd like to thank you for joining us and enlightening us with such.
So much.
Yes ma'am. So
I'm so
Very
grateful. Thank you.
informative and a very fun session. I mean,
जब like even when we were discussing in class, so we were like we wanted to discuss this for our podcast कि हाँ ऐसा और knowledge बढ़नी चाहिए regarding the same issue, क्योंकि even in like our families इतना ज़्यादा discussion नहीं होता है and पहले you are someone's daughter, then you are someone's wife, तो feminism is a topic जो हर जगह discuss होना चाहिए, starting from the smallest part, which is Indian families.
Yeah, and just for the final round, if we belong to society, the same society does have every other gender. So if we speak, everyone can have their own choice to be convenienced, to be at convenience or to be at no convenience. That's okay, but voice should not stop.
Right.
Fine. Thank you.
Thank you for joining
Thank
us.
you for joining us. And we'll see you with another episode pretty much.
Bye.
Thank you.